Hello there. Today it falls upon my bishop's shoulders to inform you that first, Sabbat the Schism book has gotten an update. Road chapters are streamlined and expanded with new tools, formatting is rebuilt, lore condensed and sharpened with stronger vignettes and story hooks, antagonists, fashions, and Sabbat cults are reframed for direct table use, Talmahara because I do like the name more, and the Schism are entangled into distinct unusable chapters. Modern warfare restructured into practical storyteller tools and case files. Disciplines are cleaned, lore sheets are updated, names are clarified. New art, new cover, and new polish across 700 pages. Additionally, there are cards for the book. If you like us, you can subscribe to our channels on YouTube, on Twitch. You can put the like if you like the video, put the comment in the comment section if you want to say our assumptions, and do give a visit to RS Experiments, who graciously provided us with the music. I hope you all enjoy today's video. See you next week, just in case, at about 7 p.m. Central European summertime. Next Sunday. See you.
As night begins in LA and nightlife starts picking up, we join Jasper as he exits a car at the door of a new large mansion just to the north of Santa Monica. As he exits, he observes the tall mansion, which, although to the human nose this wouldn't be picked up, Jasper's enhanced olfactory senses can pick up a strong scent of vitae. As he observes the mansion, the car door on the other side slams shut as Mary, straightening her back and looking to the mansion, says, "So I'm guessing he's old-fashioned."
You do not have to worry about his taste. But you do have to worry. Have you brought in the gift? It is only proper. This is how I taught you about our blood.
Of course. She goes to the back of the car, pops the trunk open, and after messing with quite a few metallic tools that you can hear rattling around, eventually she takes one specific tool, and as she closes the trunk, you see she is holding a very, very well-used bone saw.
Sure. To make our way in.
Yep. When it comes to this whole clan traditions, is there anything I need to keep in mind other than give gifts, don't be a dick?
Well, you should respect the owner of this place above all else. And do not break anything that doesn't belong to you, nor cause a scene. Other than that, I believe that your common sense will tell you what not to do.
Cool. So don't be a dick, it is. And she starts walking towards the mansion.
Jasper walks beside her.
Mm-hmm. Approaching the front door, she looks to you and says, "You're the elder. Go on."
And Jasper will knock on the door if there's nothing to show that they are here at the entrance.
There's this well decorated but very old knocker in the shape of a claw holding some sort of sphere. And as you knock on the door using it, soon enough, the door opens slightly, and you see a quite elderly man dressed in a very fine tux. He looks you up and down, then looks to Mary and says, "How may I help you tonight?"
You're here to meet the elder that has called upon us. I am Jasper.
He looks to your companion, and Mary smiles. And after a moment, she goes, "Right, Mary." The man slowly pulls the door open, and now that the door is not just ajar, it's fully open, you can see this old man has a quite pronounced hunchback. He welcomes you to the home and says, "You may wait in the lounging area. I will inform Lord Buchtan of your arrival. He
Of course.
may choose to join you shortly."
Of course. Jasper nods and casually walks in without making too much fuss and stands by in the waiting area.
Mm-hmm. As you walk into the mansion, the first thing that is very apparent to you, like the first thing that catches your eye, is that you have this large couch and this seating area with a small table. Looks very comfortable, and it is nestled in between two staircases that go up to the second floor with a quite large balcony surrounding this lobby area. There are doors to either side, and you can see one of the doors is slightly ajar, and you can see a long corridor, which after the man, presumably a ghoul, closes the door, he proceeds to go down that hallway, closing the door behind him. You approach the couch, and after you sit, taking your time, Mary just sort of falls into the couch and places the saw on the table, quite comfortably resting her foot on the arm of the couch, and says, "So, just real quick, why did he insist on meeting us?"
That is what we are here to find out. Also, as Jasper looks at her foot, do mind your manners.
With a raised eyebrow, Mary quite theatrically lifts her foot from the arm of the couch and lets it fall on the floor. Well,
Just looks at her like he's looking at a child throwing a
tantrum.
tantrum.
Yeah. Mary continues. Well, I know it's not because of our clan. Because technically, the Archbishop's pack, you not included, has already been here. He requested your presence later for a reason, I guess. And I'm not sure it's because of your blood, since the Archbishop's paladin has already seen the man.
If you're needed to know about such information, you will be informed. But for now, there is no need to, well, double yourself in things you're not ready to hear.
Fine. Just remember, you called me here. So, technically, only you were invited. I'm showing up as more of a tag-along. So, if something goes wrong, it's your fault.
Out of character,
Mm-hmm.
didn't he say he wanted to meet with all of our blood?
Yes.
Okay. He did mention that he called for all of our blood. So that is what I have done.
Well, it'd still be your fault. Oh. And as she responds, she seems to draw her attention to somewhere. And as you turn your head, you see the door open. The old man holds the door open, takes a step aside, and with a deep bow allows another figure to enter the room. This figure is dressed in quite a thick, long coat, wearing what looks to be almost like a very thick fur scarf. He keeps his hands in front of him as he walks slowly, and you can notice that his fingers are long, gangly, and you do notice that the proportions are wrong. He seems to have almost an arrow shape to his fingers. And as he approaches the couch, Mary, with kind of a, bounce, stands up and gives a polite bow.
Jasper also gives a polite bow as he says, "We greet the owner of this domain."
The man looks you up and down. You see his face somewhat angular. He has very protruded bones. And every protrusion seems to be almost adorned with small teeth, maybe spikes, horns. You're not sure what to call them. He has his eyes slightly angled and very long, longer than you'd expect. And his ears, while they are a bit longer than human ears, the tips almost furl back, fusing with the back of his head. He looks to both of you and gives a slight nod and says, "I presume you are Jasper."
Indeed I am.
The elder gestures, and the servant, the old man, proceeds to approach you with his hands extended.
Jasper pulls out from his clothing hidden that a book with necromantic knowledge, but somewhat cryptic for those who do not know about necromancy. And he hands it to him.
The servant takes the book and, nestling it in his arm, he reaches out to Mary. Mary looks to him, picks the saw up from the table, and almost like slaps it sideways on the servant's hand. The old man takes both the gifts to the owner of the house and shows them. The owner observes the gifts for a moment. He seems a bit puzzled about the saw, and he gestures as the servant takes the gifts away. Then he says, "Your gifts will arrive momentarily. Was not expecting a second guest. But it's good that you two came together. At least I get to meet my own blood. Have a seat, please."
And with that, Jasper calmly sits
The man
as he
approaches. Oh, yeah, please finish.
as he keeps as he somewhat studies his demeanor to see if he is suspicious, angry that the Machalder is here, or is he just surprised by it?
You can roll perception empathy to try and determine this. The difficulty will be slightly higher, not too much, but slightly, simply because his features are somewhat compromised compared to that of a normal human face.
Does Auspex apply here?
Auspex always applies passively. You basically get a -2 to every difficulty. However, you can choose to enhance a specific sense to get your Auspex score as the reduction instead.
I would like to choose my sight
Mm-hmm.
to increase.
Okay.
Does Insightful also apply as perception?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Thick.
Hmm.
So you manage to see hints of what you'd expect in a human face for this type of emotion. He's not quite surprised. He's more puzzled to the situation. He doesn't see the point in having everyone arrive in groups. But he's not really averse to the situation either, you don't think? He sits down on one of the larger armchairs, and as he does, the servant walks back in with a quite dejected expression. He looks worried to say what he's about to say, and as he approaches the armchair, he leans down and says, "My apologies, my lord. It seems the Archbishop has taken all the rings. Bogdan seems to blink for a moment and say, I see. Off with you. The servant leaves, and Bogdan looks to you and says, I urge you to reach out to your Archbishop. She should have something I prepared specifically for you. In the meantime, since it seems that my originally planned gifts are not available, I offer to you instead an hour of my time, conversation, and knowledge, insight.
Jasper ponders for a moment and says, I do not believe I am in the need of currently any knowledge, but I'll ponder while we conversate. And he looks to his shoulder to see what she will choose to do.
She looks to you, then kind of side-eyes the elder back to you and says, well, I'm okay with this.
Go ahead.
So Bogdan, given your comment, says, you find the time and the discussion insufficient as a gift, I'm sure I can arrange for something more. There is a moment where he seems to think and gesture with his hand. And as he does that, you can hear some rummaging around within the house. In the meantime, the reason why I called both of you here was not just to make your acquaintance. It seems an old adversary of mine has decided to come to this city, and my dear friend, the Priscus Vicus, has informed me that an opportunity has arisen to further both the clan and the Sabbat's goals, while making it pleasantly inconvenient for my rival.
I see. Would you grace us by telling us who this enemy is?
Well, I believe he goes by Ramon these days. He fancies himself a Priscus from, well, somewhere in Western Europe. But, well, let's say titles can be obtained with very little effort if one has a silver tongue.
That is true. What is his blood relation to which clan?
He's of Clan La Sombra, and I believe he's made himself a problem to your pack.
Jasper frowns, being reminded of the presence of the church that has suddenly arrived into LA. That is true. His political agendas are somewhat frustrating, I will admit.
Well, political agendas are fleeting, temporary. I don't think it's going to be the main problem with Ramon. His ambition is hard to sate, but the biggest problem he poses is what he's taken. I would like for you to not take it back yourself, but assist me in taking it back.
Well, if he has stolen from a blood, he has stolen from us all. What has he stolen, to be exact?
Before I divulge such sensitive information, I must ask both of you to keep this information close. Only our blood in the city knows this. Not even the Archbishop knows, and I'd like you to keep it that way.
Of course.
Very good. I will project an image into your mind, and I will shield it against prying. You will only be able to access it whenever you choose. It will be hard to remember what the object is. But if you make the effort, you will unlock that memory. Keep it hidden until you're ready to make use of the information. And
Jesper nods in agreement as he awaits.
And as you nod, the Baron seems to once again do a small wave, and you feel this slight aching in your mind. Can I ask you to roll stamina, please? If you have fortitude,
First.
add it.
Mm-hmm. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
4 successes.
So there's a slight buzz that you get after this ache subsides. Feel a bit lightheaded, and then you're fine. Mary seems to react a bit different, almost like she just hit her head and is sort of looking around a bit confused before she grasps the surroundings a bit better. And she asks, "What the hell was that?"
He has implemented the memory of the object that he has in his mind into ours, so we know what it is. He also made sure that no one could steal such information, so that is why he somewhat rearranged our minds temporarily to make sure no one sees such an object.
Such are the advantages of the inventions our clan can muster. Now, once your gift arrives, it is on its way now. Once your gift arrives, unless you have any other questions to ask, I must
do
bid
have
you
a
farewell, and I will, of course, spend the time with your child as per our agreement.
Of course. I do have a question. Is this ability that you have created, are you able to always shield your mind from everyone? or just when you project something to someone else's?
It is only something I can do to others. It's... It is not only a supernatural modification. It does not change only your memories, your soul. It changes your flesh. Uh, Pardon the intrusion, but I did move some things around.
Jasper, hearing this now better, how it functions, he tries to get a sense of his brains inside of him, see how much damage and rearranging he did. If nothing changed at all, he lets it go without saying anything else.
Well, if you'd like, I can ask it to roll. Let's say usually this would be perception medicine, but it's really hard to perceive. Let's say for this one specifically, perception awareness.
Mm-hmm. Listen,
Jesus, don't spend all your luck now.
does Impactful apply?
Not in this case, no. But it doesn't need to,
Ah.
honestly. Yeah, you can tell something changed. Not much. Almost like everything's the same, just slightly off. Almost like walking into your house and noticing that maybe a glass was turned about 45 degrees, but that's the only thing in your kitchen that changed. That's about what you notice.
Very interesting indeed.
Please.
Such ability is uncommon from what I heard of our clan to do.
It is a trick I've developed over the years. I don't tend to handle a lot of my business myself. So I need my agents to keep things to themselves, even if that's not something they're capable of on their own. Regardless, he looks to the side, and the doors behind him open, and two servants, the same old man as before, and one that has a bit of a straighter back, but you notice that a few of his fingers seem to be turned in wrong directions almost. They carry a box about this big, and they carefully rest it on the table. Bogdan reaches forward, lifts the latch, and proceeds to open the box. Inside, you see what looks like really, really shriveled, mummified remains of something. It looks almost human, apart from the fact that it seems to have 4 arms and more than just 2 eye sockets.
I want to analyze a little bit better to study it for a second before he tells me what it is.
Wits occult.
Hey, listen.
God damn, what is your
I
leg
don't know.
today? Okay. Um, you can't tell exactly what it is, but you do have some educated guesses from material you've studied. Mainly, you have some educated guesses from conversations you've had with some of your packmates, along with strings of information you've read. Um, your best guess would be that this is either a dead changeling, like mummified, or something similar to a changeling. Given the fact that you know they can have these supernatural aspects to them without it ever being a modification imposed on them.
Jasper, seeing this, gives a small, playful, and curious smile. Says, I am only pondering what this could be, but I have some educated guesses. If it is what I think it is, I am quite shocked that you have such rare specimen.
Captured in another life. But it is yours now. Some knowledge can be obtained from it, and I'm sure the New World has plenty of these creatures roaming around. Maybe you can find a fresher subject. Though, good luck finding them. I'm sure your studies will benefit greatly from having a subject like this. You are free to keep the box as well, for ease of carry.
I thank thee for such gracious gift. And and Jasper slowly closes the box
Mm-hmm.
and looks through his shoulder and says, "Well, I must get going." And looking back to the sire, unfortunately, I cannot grace you with more time. I'm also quite busy myself lately. So many projects to do, so many unwanted guests roaming around. Wouldn't want to keep my place, well, alone without my presence.
By all means. And in the next 3 nights, as is custom, you are free to return. Come and go as you please. You may use one of our guest bedrooms, all equally furnished for accommodation, to spend the daytime here, if need be. A safe travel. And he gestures with his hand again, and one of the servants almost kind of stands attention and looks to you and with a polite bow says, "Please, allow me to accompany you to the exit."
Jasper calmly grabs the box with the gift inside and, well, lets the man lead him to the door and open it for him.
Mm-hmm. As you exit, behind you, you can hear Mary already getting ready to talk the guy's ear off. And as the door closes behind you, the servants help you load the box into your car, and you drive off. And this will join Iris as she arrives at her office in the asylum. as she closes the door and slides the window open, Olivia manifests in the room and says, I have some news. I wouldn't call them good, but we might need the pack to be aware of this.
Go on.
I think... I'm not sure what was done exactly, but whatever Jack took, I think Rahman just noticed it's missing.
Well,
Yeah?
let's see. The last ones whom Ramon saw with that stick was Jack and Abel.
I believe that's the case.
But most likely he's going to assume that the stick has been replaced
Whatever...
or hidden.
Whatever his assumption may be, I don't think he knows who took his property.
Wow.
He has, however, interpreted it as an attack from within the sect. He's...
He has interpreted that as such.
Yeah, he's searching for a culprit. Given the code, might be a good idea to call everyone here, have them be informed of this, and strategize.
I think it would be best if we gathered at the library. Not here.
I mean, from what I checked, I believe Jack is there right now.
Well, good. Basically, from my perspective, this is a very if the whole pack gathers here as Ramon is running around trying to find the thief who stole his stick, right? It might look, suspicious to the avid Cainite politician. So I'm going to send a text to the rest and let them basically move towards the library.
Mm-hmm.
And as for you and me, well, you are certainly travel unnoticed, and I'll just use a tree to basically, just avoid any movement. That way, essentially, if Jack's already there, then...
If I may, a tree might be a bad idea in this particular case.
Why?
Well, it's early in the night, and the only trees around the library, to my recollection, are palm trees in the middle of the road.
Listen, I can see every single tree around this area, okay? I know every tree. I can absolutely find a given tree in close vicinity where I can safely exit.
You say so.
Or did you forget the fact that I have I'm aware of every single plant, rock, tree unanimous. It's,
If you think you can make it there safely.
yes, I can.
See you there then?
So Iris is basically going to head downstairs, head into basically she'll know which area currently has some tree which is away from mortals, and she'll know a suitable tree at the destination. And she'll basically do the jump.
Mm-hmm. It'll take about 10 minutes of walking after the jump, simply because of the locations. You don't have any conveniently placed trees near the library. But you can manage. Like, it still speeds up the traveling time quite a bit. And this is where I ask our table, given that I'm assuming Jack is still at the library, is everyone showing up to this meeting? Or rather, is anyone not going?
At the library.
Okay.
I do have a question. Does this message arrive to me at the time that I'm leaving that place?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you're a bit far, so you'll still have to drive a bit, but you'll make it there. Yeah.
And case Jasper would ask a message, is it extremely urgent to Iris?
Iris is going to reply, if you have the opportunity to step through a tree to somewhere, please do so. Well, actually, the exact way she words it is, if you can tree jump, do it.
I dare you.
You get a text message from Abel saying that he's hugging a tree.
That message is not sent to Abel. It's sent specifically to Jasper.
You send the address to group chat. That might develop into our default conversation.
I can jump with my belongings through the tree, right? With all of them?
Depends on the size of the belongings, I think. I don't think you can drive through a fucking tree or carry a gigantic box through a tree.
Yeah, the box is...
I think it's pretty much like the clothes on you, what you have in your pockets. Is there a restriction on that? Whatever. The way I run it...
Probably the size of the tree.
The way I run it is like, most of the trees in LA, none of them are like... Well, none conveniently placed around LA are big enough for you to do anything of that sort.
Just you wait.
I'm going to go to my haven. How much time would it take for me to go to my haven?
Yeah, not long. You'll arrive a bit later than the others, but not that much.
I text Iris. I'll be slightly late. Not hold up.
He sends back a response to Jasper. Don't worry. Only you, I, and Olivia have expedited travel systems.
Gabriel, are you attending the meeting?
Yes, I am. I thought you had heard me earlier. My bad.
That's okay. All right. And I'm assuming you're driving there? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And Abel?
Yes, I'm driving there as well.
Okay. So, essentially, Jack, as you wait in the library, it doesn't take very long before you hear the door of the library open, and in walk Gabriel, and Abel.
Hey ho.
Gabriel gives that cheesy grin that he's been practicing.
Thank fuck I have self-control.
As Abel enters the library and allows the door to close behind him, someone stops the door and walks in, calling out, "Excuse me." As you turn to the entrance, you see this very stoner-looking teenager who approaches Abel with sort of like no real focus in his eyes and says, "Excuse me, yeah, you. He hands you this, like, very flat paper bag with something in it.
I see. And who is it from, may I ask?
What?
Where'd you get this?
Who are you? Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah, well, on your way then. Thank you. Thank you for picking up my groceries.
Hey, you mind if I borrow your phone?
I'm gonna dominate him the fuck out of there.
Yep. I'm not gonna have you roll. He's way too fucking
Motherfucking
high.
Negative willpower.
He's way too fucking high and too eager to order some pizza to resist anything. And he just walks out.
All right, I won't open the bag. I'll take it straight to Serena.
Okay, well, lucky for you, it doesn't take very long until Serena shows up. Walking through the door after just seeing some really, really high teenagers stumbling out of the library.
I presume I received another gift. You mind taking a look what's in the bag? I hope it's not shit.
Did you just get it?
Right now.
Yeah.
I see. And where's the courier?
You just met him.
Oh, he left. He said something about pizza.
You should have kept him a bit.
Oh, we can go get him back. I'm sure he's not far.
As much as I would like to enjoy tracking down your stalker right now, we have bigger things to worry about. Let's go in.
You're
But I'll
already
have a
in.
look. But yeah, I'm gonna grab the delivery
Mm-hmm.
and first basically do an aura spirit touch on the wrapping itself.
Okay. You can roll that, yeah. It's a very fleeting property. The emotions are quite strong. Let me deliberate the difficulty while you roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bitch, I don't care about the difficulty. Give me all.
Fucking nails. Yeah, you take
It's
the
at least
package.
7 successes.
Yeah. So you grab the package and you're just doing it on the closed package right now, yeah? You haven't opened it. That's what I'm asking.
Well, can I use the same roll for both with 7 successes?
I'll allow it just because you got a lot with that one roll. So
An
it's an
obscene
easy
amount,
way.
even.
Yeah, it's an easy way to. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, basically I'll first start with the packaging because somebody had to package it up.
Yeah. So the packaging, you touch it, and as you focus on it, rubbing your thumbs on the sort of greasy, damp paper, you get these disorienting feelings. You do recognize them from your days in the counties, and there isn't a lot of emotion connected to this. It's confusion mostly. You realize the packaging was done by the teenager.
Okay, then I move further.
Actually, with seven
to the...
successes, you also get something. He didn't understand why he was putting things in there the way he was.
Okay, then I open the package.
Okay. Inside, there is essentially a small box with some words written on top. It's like a little box made of folded cardboard with essentially written in Sharpie. You have been looking at the church too much. Smiley face.
Is there anything in the box?
Just feeling the weight of it? There's something in there.
Yeah. Don't look at it.
Yeah? You're gonna open?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll a soak, please.
Fortitude applies?
Yes.
Can I also spend... How does Fortitude work with Soak?
You
So
spend one
default,
slot and
yeah, so default rules, it's just additive to your stamina, and if you take ag, you get to roll your fortitude to resist it. Our homebrew is that you can spend 1 point of blood to turn all of your fortitude dots into auto successes, the same way you can do with potence.
I believe
Yeah,
Slayer
so
did.
I'm doing exactly that, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
I've got threatened way too much by fucking weird shit.
Okay,
So
and
that's five auto successes?
Yeah, so you don't need to roll anything. Basically,
Okay.
what the rest of you see is, as Iris is kind of looking at this bag a bit confused, like at this box, she pulls the box open, and as soon as she does, you hear a large, like a really loud pop, and see a bunch of, at first, what looks like dust just flying in Iris's face. And as you begin to hear things hitting the floor, you realize it wasn't dust, it was glass shards. And while Iris is unharmed, her glasses have basically cracked, and there's a shard of really thick glass, like basically stuck in them.
Yeah, so since I still have the box, right?
Mm-hmm.
The glass shards had to be put in, so I'm gonna touch basically the inside of the box.
Mm-hmm. All right, and with your previous roll, You sense... The first thing that hits you is the emotion. There's a lot of... Hard to describe. It's a very strong emotion of mixed jealousy and a twisted form of affection. Almost like possessiveness about whoever, well, in whoever was putting this together. They did this out of spite for something someone else did. You see flashes of memories of someone putting, like, stuffing some paste and putting shards of glass and nails, essentially a bunch of scrap, at the back, and then connecting some sort of trigger to the box and closing it all. And you get a face. The face is that of a young woman who does not... She seems familiar somehow, as the image clears up more and more. You recognize Lita's face from the counties.
Well, how would you like me to deal with that stalker? Abel.
Do you know who it is?
I do.
Well, sure. If you wish to. And by dealing with her, what do you have in mind?
Well, she is a useful pawn.
Oh, sure, yeah, just, if you can kindly ask her to stop, then that would be fine.
Why would I do that?
Oh, you want her to go on?
I mean, Iris looks at him. Look, I certainly have the ability to temper one's humors, change one's derangements. But this person, despite knowing who I am, has yet decided to act in a way that interferes with my domain. And mind you, this person knows who I am. This person knows what I'm capable of. Even when I was still quite a little caterpillar.
As you finish that sentence, Iris, the door to the library, someone opens the door and slowly pushes it open. And, well, you're expecting Well, you're making sure to be ready for things to go wrong. Instead, in walks Jasper.
Ah, finally. Okay, now that I know who the stalker is, I will consider how to deal with her. Obviously, her, her tricks and sabotage will stop, but I must consider what is her political value in terms of dealing with some others. But as we're all gathered here now, is Olivia here, by the way?
Olivia's always around.
We have, like Iris closes the door behind Jasper. We have an event. Olivia, if you please.
From behind one of the bookshelves, you hear Olivia speaking as they make their appearance. The short version is that you fucked up. Ramon found out something's missing. And now he's hunting down who did it.
I'm fucked up.
So my guy looks at Jack.
Well, Jack doesn't have the stick, does he?
No, but Ramon saw the three of them there. If he connects the dots, you three are his primary targets.
What did you steal?
Well, he didn't steal anything.
More like took back.
Interacted with something. And drained the power. Sealed. And Abel made an illusion that made the cane look and feel the same, but be slightly off balance and never quite right in the hand. Which could have been also like a potential reason why this was discovered.
I have a feeling maybe that Ramon is just losing it. The weight of all his crimes are just weighing in on him. That's why the cane is heavy.
What crimes? What crimes? What crimes?
What crimes? Well, living.
Hardly
Heinous crime.
something a Sabbat priestess would be concerned about. When talking about crimes, you have to literally raise actual crimes.
Then I suppose we must investigate and find some.
Fabricate a scapegoat that he can, well, punish.
A scapegoat. Please tell me how we can present a legitimate scapegoat that under mundane and supernatural interrogation will still remain a valid suspect.
We
Well, let him
could.
come
We
and
could.
present his concern. We don't really know what's going on.
Well, no, we're not going to go. Well, no, we're not going to invite him to present his concerns. I mean,
It should also be mentioned that the only reason I know this for certain is because I did some digging. It's not public knowledge outside of his trusted circle.
exactly. So essentially,
It's a good thing I have surveillance on the church then.
Then we should probably check that often.
I have all recordings of everything I've had taken so far.
inside the church.
I was not able to get anything inside the church.
Still, seeing
I
who
can-
comes and goes might be useful.
Both day
I
and
can-
night.
I can have a Wraith monitor it.
Are we sure that Ramon won't perceive the wraith?
Unless he
I'm-
has a necromancer. He
And
shouldn't.
how do we know he doesn't?
You don't need a necromancer specifically to do that. Or at least to be safe from that.
I mean,
I
if
think
anything,
our bishop of the occult is very aware that there are things you can do to protect yourself even if you're not a necromancer.
There are.
right then. Well, given that Ramon is going to be not entirely certain when his chain has been exchanged, he's going to probably compare his memories and recollections as to when something seems to have shifted. That prank, Abel, might have actually given him a specific point of time after which the cane has been different.
Well, I can just turn it off. But then it probably will turn red.
Well, how do you know whether that illusion is still in place?
Well, then. No point in turning it off then.
Are you actually able to tell whether your illusion is in place?
Not sure. Well, it was permanent.
And can one disbelieve it? See through it with aspects or other supernatural means?
I don't think so.
Well, clearly he is looking for his cane. So he must have realized that the cane is not his.
I mean, it is possible that he may be able to see through it, but that would require effort on his part.
What about spiritual resonance, metaphysical imprint? Your illusion does not take that, does it?
Don't think I have a fingerprint.
No, I meant your illusion is not going to reproduce the spiritual resonance that the cane had before its powers were consumed. Does it?
I guess we can, debate on that.
Well, either way, whatever the case, he has realized that the cane is not his. Otherwise, why would he be looking for it?
Oh, we're just gonna have to convince him that it is his.
I cannot, in good conscience, use a sword of Malkov or other means which will actually convince him. Mind you that they're not really going to work on a black hand
You
agent.
just talk to him.
Iris raises one eyebrow.
Good old gaslighting.
Can we perhaps replicate to some degree? He cannot differentiate, implant evidence that some other group took.
And how will you make sure that the object which you invest your energy and magic into does not retain any magical signatures that is unique to one of us?
I can wipe the fingerprints.
Fingerprints are nothing. Right now, I've determined who is Abel's stalker.
Yeah,
by
I meant that.
interaction. Oh. Well. Well, Jack, do you know of a way to imbue some cane with a similar effect? Well, at least an imitation of what that other cane was.
Would I, Miguel? Like, would I have the essentially like books and the resources to like do something that would look from sort of
I have a perfect memory of what the cane was like, and I even handled it and know the weight.
same
Does
shit,
that
but I
help?
just like visually it's easy. Magically, that's different. But I can wipe the fucking fingerprints.
Yes, but can you mimic?
You can make a int occult.
Given my particular flaw, I think it's appropriate that I don't bother rolling.
You can if you wish, because this is like a knowledge check essentially.
Oh, it's like I read this in a book.
Yeah, essentially. However,
Got it.
Abyss mysticism?
yes, it counts.
Good.
However, actually, if you get a certain amount of successes, I'll actually give you a bit extra.
Fucking Pelese. I cannot spend willpower on that shit. Like, if you check my character shit, you realize why. Fucking Pelese.
I still suggest that I learn the reflections of that water.
2. That's difficulty 6. That's 6 successes.
Would
It's not
abstract
difficulty
thought
6,
apply?
though. If you and Jack talk about it, you might be able to like bounce some feedback,
Okay.
and that can apply. Yeah.
Should I roll
Then I'm
an
gonna
occult?
say we did that because look at that roll.
If
I roll?
you'd like, Iris, yes.
Mhm.
Just keep in mind the amount of successes I need to get that special information goes up the more people roll for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Are they okay now?
You do.
I'm counting.
Jack.
Yeah.
And
Let me give this answer first, and then I'll allow you to continue. Also, Jasper, the PM I'm sending you is not complete, so if you want to comment on that at all, wait for me to finish. So
Okay.
Jack,
Mm.
after some conversation with Gabriel, something that to the other sounds like two crazy people talking about the fucking shadows in the corner being sentient, which sometimes it almost makes sense, sometimes it looks like you're just two Malkavians. You eventually realize that it is possible to recreate a similar feeling.
Mhm.
It will require time. It will require pissing off, potentially, someone who might cause you problems. And
as per usual.
And it might make you... It might cost you something personally in terms of power. As in, you will actively become less powerful to mimic the feeling that that object had on someone who knows what they're looking for.
Yeah. That's doable.
But it depends how you go about it, basically.
Yeah.
if you were to make such an imitation, Abel, do you think you could perhaps replace it? Perhaps? Or maybe leave somewhere in his domain?
What his domain?
Or nearby any place. Maybe if he finds that he just gives up and thinks that
I
he
was
has
thinking
died.
about framing some
Same.
fairy, to be honest.
There's a pause in Jasper as he's about to continue speaking. He looks to Jack now with more focus and attention. Very easy say.
Yes. Who to blame for all the problems of mankind if not changelings? Finding
Listen,
one.
Again,
different
how are
situation.
you going to implicate changelings?
They are harder to read? Huh? Look,
No.
mortal, out of the question.
How can you implicate a changeling? Listen, all of this plan to implicate somebody else requires you to create, first of all, a trail, again, which can be technically traced back to you, or interacting with Ramon, which again carries the risk of being found out.
For
Abel,
interacting with
did
him,
you
I
have
have measures. For supernatural traces, I have measures.
Yes, that's okay. What about now, Jack? Can you walk me exactly through the events of that night when you took the cane and went out?
Oh, yeah.
Step by step.
Mind?
Hmm?
Mind looking at it just directly?
No, I'd like you to think about it yourself. Besides, I don't know exactly what happened to you then, and I don't know what
I think
those memories might carry.
I think he's asking if you want to, like, peer in his mind to just...
No, I'm saying to him, I'm not planning to do that. I need him
Okay.
to walk me through this.
Got the cane.
Mm-hmm.
Then say got the message from certain someone.
Okay, so when you took the cane and went out, What was your motivation? To give it back, or
The fuck was it a bit and give it back, yeah?
okay? Cannot say that any of that is really against any Sabbat laws or the Code of Milan, right? So then you took the stick, the cane, and started. And since you felt some resonance, you started researching it as the bishop.
Looking into it, sorta, yeah.
I mean, you are the bishop of occult, aren't you?
Yeah. Nothing,
Would you-
nothing
wait,
against, nothing
wait.
criminal about some scientific
Jack.
curiosity.
Jack, I'm not saying anything. Like, the next question. Would you say, by any chance, that the energy you felt from the cane might have reminded you of any demonic influence? Given the fact that we did deal with some infernalists and that ring. We're not, even though you did have that thing in your head, we're not going to be
We're
mentioning
not gonna
that.
talk about that. Yeah.
No, we're not. So, would you say that it would be a legitimate concern to be to suspect some infernalist magic?
And to give it to my...
Wait, to research it first.
Yes.
Okay.
Miguel, would it be like reasonable? Because like from what you told, I cannot distinguish.
Put this request in like one sentence about what you're looking for.
Can it be put on its head against Ramon? So like, I felt
No.
something that can be
No,
qualified
Jack.
as demonic. I'm talking as Tony right now.
Yeah, Jack. Basically, the question is whether, if we disregard the fact that Jack had a close encounter with the demonic, right, before Cecil banished it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we consider that, essentially his only experience with demons should have been, like limited specifically to like infernalists, whatever, like that kind of stuff, right? Would it be a reasonable concern for somebody with that experience, like mine or like Jack's, right? To confuse
it.
whatever it was, to basically just like have a like spiritual feel, like look at it closer, just to make sure it has no demonic, like corruption or possession or anything like that.
Okay, so since this was a question that Jack asked, Jack, as far as you know, what you think from your experience, you don't know how to distinguish them, even if there is a way to.
Yeah.
The only distinction you can make, because of an ability you have, is if it came from vampires
From the living.
or something that's not a vampire. That's the only thing you can distinguish. Otherwise, it just... You don't really have a way of distinguishing it. You could... I mean, maybe you could develop one, maybe you could find one. But that's just theoretical.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like reasonably it can be said like, I decided to investigate if it was like abyssally connected, not abyssally, demonically like connected.
So you took the cane. You wanted to do a little bit of shenanigans and enjoy a little bit of La Sombra political banter with one another and sassing. But as you took the cane and went outside with the eventual intention of returning it, you felt a strange presence. Now, mind you, we had a recent infernalist,
Problem.
incursion, and given that Raman was very interested in Isaac
Yes.
and his like connection to Infernalists, as well as given all the other things we know about like his beef with Isaac and what he held against him, you had plenty of valid reason just to double check that Raman wasn't, like influenced by any demons, right? And so you tapped into the cane, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can claim that you wanted to just get a general feel about what it is and so on. But what happened was you ended up in torpor.
So I put this shit on the head.
No. You ended up in torpor,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, I've been rescued by
You were rescued by
Paladin, who had to perform some health checks on me.
You were given blood. We're not speaking about your heart.
We're not speaking about the heart, we're speaking about health checks.
Yes.
Broken bones are still fucking viable to us.
Essentially, whatever happened actually almost killed you, didn't it?
Having
Correct?
seen it, I can also attest that it almost killed you.
Well, problem is that, well, Jack can certainly shield his mind. But if you were to be dominated, well, actually, would Ramon be able to dominate you? I doubt he'd be
Depends.
able to dominate me or Olivia. You are a 50-50 case. But
You
the
can
point
always
is,
test it and find out.
I know that I
I
can
would prefer
dominate him.
not to.
I know that I can dominate Jack. There is no need to test it. I am closer to Cain than he is. The question is whether Ramon is.
Ask the cards.
Aren't you part of the La Sombra clan?
I am. Uh,
Listen, what I'm trying here is to build a narrative that essentially
we're not at fault.
we're not at fault and we don't know what that was. And also, Ramon, that stick almost killed Jack. Now, the problem is that we have 1, 2, 3, and Iris points at Abel, Jack, and Gabriel. 3 potential breaches of security. The weakest link in any encrypted system is the person. And whatever Ramon is, at the end of the day, he is still Black Hand. Regardless whether the bishop outranks the priestess in this domain, regardless whether you're true Sabbat, at the end of the day, he can always pull the Black Hand card.
That he can.
Which leaves me at 2 possible options. 1, I change the reality of that event for you. All
You
three of you.
could. You
Because-
could, perhaps.
Because essentially, Abel can simply have been the one who came across Jack in that state. He didn't cast any illusions on the cane, nor did he see the red stick. Neither did Gabriel. And Jack absolutely had no idea what the cane is, suspected demonic influence, and that.
I do have a proposition as well.
Go on.
We could change some of the facts with around Jack to make it so it does not imply that Abel and Gabriel here were
Problem
not
is, Ramon saw them all.
Yes, but at the same time, they did also see Jack, well, without blood, almost like someone has beaten him to take the, well, whatever was inside of the cane. We could try to wrap around a third party that we don't know of.
Again,
I was also seen trying to return the cane to him.
yes, the point is, Gabriel, Abel, and Jack are all three links to that moment, after which his cane fell off. Now, mind you, normally, now I assume that currently Ramon is essentially looking for his relic. Given what Zimitsa Elder Bogdan has said about the way that magic was layered, the way it was impossible, dangerous, etc. to remove, and that whatever was released wouldn't be, like, one wouldn't be able to contain it or, Considering that, I'd assume that this is also Ramon's suspicion. Given that our Zuidze was distant cousins from the mages, has exact perception of that relic, I'd assume that, give or take, Ramon would be quite certain in its permanency and power the same way, which is basically the one reason why he's probably not yet absolutely at one of your necks. Adding a third party requires plenty of trace. Like, I can impose a new absolute truth upon one of you three with the Sword of Malka. But unless you haven't noticed, so far, whenever I have used this for this specific purpose, like interrogation with Ruark or something like that, I have not added things. I have only removed
them.
minor things from the new, like, axiom that you believe in. Because think about this. Your memories can be like your mind itself, diluted by the new through absolute truths, which you do not doubt, will create memories and, like interpretations of whatever happens. Because remembering something, that is you basically retrieving the memory, okay? And with time, you edit your own memories. They change because, and even if you have gifts of memory like Jack has, if you absolutely believe in something, it is like a form of delusion. You will be, how can you remember something which never happened? But in this case, if I had there this mysterious third ambusher, where in the hell anyone, even Jack, is going to conjure any memory of that?
Yeah.
Abel, did you come out when after Jack has collapsed?
I
Abel?
believe he came out when I regained consciousness.
Okay, so Abel.
I believe so.
Okay, so you only saw Jack after losing. Gabriel, what about you?
Hang on, I'm doing something.
Wasn't Olivia there as well?
No, Olivia was summoned by someone. Olivia,
I have a suggestion, actually.
can we please first determine the exact events and then you can make it. Olivia, somebody called you outside.
Well, I heard the commotion. Someone saw it, and I wanted to check it out.
I do believe that.
I have a suggestion on a way to handle this. It is not something I can do.
Go on.
It's a ritual amulet of, well, I'm not sure that I've ever heard anyone say it, so I'll do my best. Memen, so yeah, I can't say that.
Mnemosine.
Yes. That causes the mind to rewrite events after whatever you whisper into it is taken out. And it can be put back in at any time by breaking the amulets. We can erase a single fact or a whole event, and it's not traceable.
Something which I can do as well.
I cannot do it. I only know of it.
What is the nature of it?
It's a ritual.
Well,
What
colonism,
aptitudes would you need?
thaumaturgy.
I believe it's thaumaturgy, but
I could look into it.
Either way, while we look into it and we learn how to perform that ritual, what happens if the Black Hand agent decides to interrogate any of you three?
Well, I guess we have to keep an eye on all three at all times.
And
There's three of us as well. Guess we could pair
And-
each other.
And how would I be able to say no to an official Black Hand inquiry? It seems you all like to forget the fact that whether you all are constantly around the three implicated in this event or not, all that is needed for Amon is to summon you. I need to remind you the Code of Milan, all Sabbat are required to aid the Black Hand's investigations and mission. The Black Hand is not only the elite militia, but also in a sense they're sort of like the secret police on occasion. Now, certainly, which is exactly why I was approaching it from the perspective of, oops, my bad, I didn't know what it was. To my defense, I almost died. And to remove any traces of the fact that Abel or Gabriel know anything about the changed Cain, etc. As a bishop of a cult, it is certainly within his rights to investigate a suspicious item. No Sabbat can claim that if they left some object somewhere or forgot it, that no other Sabbat, like no other vampire, is going to, at the very least, not, please snoop around. Everybody does it.
Yeah.
Now,
A reasonable suspicion, to be honest.
now, the point is that if Jack basically says, well, this is what happened that night, I took it out. To my defense, I did want to fuck around with you a bit, but can you blame me? We didn't get off at the right foot. But then I kind of figured that, shit, this might have a demon inside there. And I fucked around, and then I passed out. Don't know what the fuck happened. Olivia can attest to Jack's passing out. All Abel and Gabriel need to know is not possess absolutely believe the fact that there are that this is exactly what happened and nothing else.
They will find that I have absolutely no magical aptitude, so I'm not a good.
Yeah, so this, regardless of your magic aptitude, I am more concerned with somebody dominating you, tells the events of the night, or using aspects, which essentially can be used to, conversation can be used to guide you towards certain events or memories. Like I said, the Sword of Malka alters your reality. If I say that shit didn't happen, it didn't happen. If it didn't happen, then you can't remember it. We already used it once. In this specific occasion. When we need it for Ruark, and I'm sure you know who that is. He and Sire, in case you don't know, and the Talmahara agent. When we were meant to be interrogated by Ruark, that is exactly what I used in order for none of my pack to be able to show any suspicious evidence. Now I'm
Well,
not
there's
concerned.
one flaw
Now I'm
with
not
that.
concerned. Yeah.
I mean, if I can't remember placing those illusions, and he hasn't found out about them, I will just forget and be never able to take them off.
Listen, again, what, do you remember what happened after the Ruark interrogation? I reverted. I reverted that power.
I would have preferred if you didn't.
I do have a question.
Wait, Abel, did you just say that you'd prefer me to change your reality, that you never did that, so that you forget about that Cain entirely?
Yes.
I mean,
I am not against that.
I have no.
I do have a very small question. Did he
Yes.
figure out that the Cain is fake because, well, Abel didn't mimic perfectly? Or is it because he's unable to sense the thing that, well,
No
is not
idea.
there anymore?
I can
Hmm.
check if the Cain is changed back to whatever was before Abel.
Because if it's just because Abel happened to do some misfit here, we could give him a perfect replica that Abel could create.
I
Would
don't
the
think that will
replica?
solve the problem. Either way,
Listen,
we
But
don't know how they figured that out. But giving them a replica of the cane, how are you gonna spend that? Sorry, we took your cane. Here's your cane back. We tried to trick you.
Exactly. It doesn't matter. Like, what matters is that there is no tomfoolery from Abel with the cane. Nobody knows that the cane changed. I'm not worried about Olivia, nor about myself. But all of you three have various mental, generational, or other exploits that can be used by the Black Hand and their means. The reason why I'm not even suggesting forgetful mind is specifically because somebody with dominate can detect it. Unlike the Sword of Malkov.
Well, there's memory block. Unless you can beat the one who put it on.
Mm. Does memory block prevent someone from remembering the memory?
Give me a second because I got that.
I can answer
It
that
doesn't?
question if you'd like.
It doesn't.
It basically, so using dominate, you can change or wipe a memory, and the person, if you wipe the memory, the person will fill in with some rationalization. But someone else with dominate can come in and revert that effect, or break that effect, in which case all those memories return.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Memory block. If Jack is talking about memory blocks, that's not how it works. Memory block is an 6th level power,
oh,
and
okay.
it
Apologies.
allows a dominated subject to not talk about a specific information without forgetting it. But when questioned, you can basically
I'd have to
see
check
that
the
there's
rules.
essentially what it means. Like, the person can still remember. They just
They cannot
cannot
talk about
talk or write or otherwise communicate it. And pressing on the topic can reveal the fact that there's some fuckery.
Which, a question about the rules. Like, if Gen 4, let's say Gen 4, does that, would Gen 6 be able to unlock it?
Gen 6.
If the target is of an appropriate generation, but
No,
that doesn't really affect. Either way, memory block does not stop you from remembering something. Essentially, sure, you can't talk or write, be dominated, or anything.
And if you
But-
remember it, they can use aspects to see that.
oh, I fucking dare them.
Okay, Jack, does Gabriel have your ability? Does Abel have?
Nope.
Okay, so how about we focus on a solution?
If I don't remember them being present for anything other than being concerned about the packmate.
And what makes you think that only you would be questioned? what makes you think that it is exactly Abel and Gabriel who possess no titles won't be the first targets of interrogation?
Also true.
Because we hold less status, we will logically be the targets.
Essentially, you have no political weight to throw around in order